Hey, welcome to Morning Jams on the Porch with Stephen Leake. I'm Stephen. It's Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. It's a little warm, but I mean, it's the middle of July, or in July actually. So, won't be too long before it starts to cool down a little bit. I kind of like the heat though. It's like when I used to live in Charleston, one of the best things about living down there is that you would always be sweaty, but it would be in a good way and like oppressively muggy. But you would always feel like you were sweating out all those toxins that you put in your body the night before. So it was kind of like a balance, I think. Anyway, sky is blue, grass is green. I've been playing with my dog all day, and I'm like in a good mood. I took Charlie to Amelie's this morning to get coffee, and he did pretty good, but he started barking a little bit, which he'd never done before, and so had to like discipline him a little bit, but he's still just a puppy, which is okay, to be expected. I still need to get some more training treats for him. I'm working on getting him a service dog vest, because apparently all a dog needs to be a service dog is to belong to somebody with a disability. That dog is trained to help that person with their disability. I've done that with my dog, and that makes him a legal service dog. I'm going to get him a vest that says so, which I thought was cool, and I can take him to anywhere I want. And there's such thing as an emotional support animal, in which any doctor can write anybody, and then there's a service dog, which only people with disabilities can have. And I am legally disabled. That my dog Charlie is like the shit. He's really awesome. He loves me to death. And I'm getting him socialized and like around people. I'm starting to train him right. It's really cool. I've really enjoyed having him. And all I did was like call up the York County Animal Shelter and tell the woman there, Brittany, what I was looking for, like a medium-sized farm dog. And like she got exactly what I wanted, and he's been a blessing so far. And he's working out really well for us. I wrote this song about my ex-girlfriend, and the only reason she's an ex really is because we both had so much going on in our lives that didn't have anything to do with each other. And it was just like life circumstances kind of stuff, and we weren't really in any position to give each other the proper attention and time that we thought a proper partner would deserve. So and now that person has cancer, and I may never get a chance to be with her. So I wrote this song because of that. It's called One Fine Day. This song, smile, you know I love you. I'll be out there doing my thing. I'll come back for you one day. I know it hurts, but try to laugh through it. It'll work out, and it won't be all for nothing. We found each other after all these years. Go heal and be happy. song. Smile, you know I love you. I'll be out there doing my thing. I'll come back for you one day. I didn't come all this way just to lose heart and quit. You keep me going when all seems lost. It'll be you. Spend the rest of my life with. And never after. We get to choose. You hear this song. Smile. You know I love you. I'll be out there doing my thing. And I'll come back for you. It's called One Fine Day. And the person I wrote it about doesn't want me to say her name, which is totally fine. But she's a hell of a woman. And I'm like praying as hard as I can that I get a chance to be with her someday. And that's about all anybody can do about it. I'm sure we all have like really kind of like legitimate Greek tragedies in our life, and you know, people get pissed off about stuff like that, be angry at God and stuff. You know, there's lots of people our age that have like kids with medical issues and people that have died that are close to us. I've had a girlfriend, my partner in Charleston, that I wrote a book about, pass away from alcoholism. She had a pretty horrific life. And I'm just glad I got to be with her for the time I did. This is a different person. And stuff like that, it just seems unfair. But I promise you that God is aware of human suffering. I just know that. I know He is. So, you know, so no matter what happens, there's a reason for it, and you know, God can turn any kind of tragedy into something that is good in the end. So we may not be able to see it with our limited view of just being one person and only being able to see the people around us, but you know, God knows that we're suffering, and He knows that we hurt and all that kind of stuff. It's not for no reason, I promise. I mean, if I have learned anything after being on this earth for almost 40 years, it's that God's not blind to human suffering. It's not for no reason. I made a video the other day talking about how if you can give your suffering meaning, you can endure damn near anything. And for men especially, it's good to either serve your country, your community, or lead a family or something like that. And that can give your suffering meaning and make it to where it's not just pointless hurt. If you give it meaning, then it helps you endure it with dignity. And giving it meaning and purpose will help you get through it better. It won't hurt as much. And you'll see a purpose to it. And I've noticed for women, this is just an observation, that for women, having children, taking care of kids, taking care of families is usually what gives women purpose. I know I'm all for. That's just that's just what we have been doing as a species forever. That's what works for us that we know of. I'm all for people getting to choose to do other stuff. If you're a woman, you want a career, that's your decision. I'm all for that. If that's what makes you happy, you go do that. But if you're miserable doing that, if you're a woman who's single and miserable in a career, consider reverting back to a traditional lifestyle. And that might be what you're missing. And alternatively, if you're a guy and you've just been kind of living to only please yourself, take on some responsibility or a place of trust in the community. If that may help, serving other people generally is what makes people happy. Men need purpose. Men need a mission to be happy, genuinely. If you're just like pursuing pleasure and money and things, it's going to be kind of an empty victory. That's just what I've learned. It's my opinion, but it seems to be true. If you're kind of miserable in life, try serving others. My music and my podcasts and my books and stuff or how I serve my community and my country and stuff like that. So even if I don't make a ton of money doing it, it's very fulfilling to me. And it gives me purpose, and I can do it indefinitely. And it's very fulfilling, gives me meaning to be able to like create while giving out a positive message, something that's uplifting, that's going to help people get through their day, while also being creative and artistic and developing a craft and all that good stuff. But it's how I give back to the people around me that I love. It's how I show I love them. Because whatever you do it from a place of love and service, you'll get back from it tenfold, if not more. Anyway, playing these songs is kind of how I practice every day, and I'm trying to get where I can memorize this stuff so I can play live and go on tour. Okay, this is called methadone, and so many of us of the millennial generation and younger have been absolutely decimated by drugs or alcohol. Case in point, my ex-girlfriend who died from alcoholism. And I take methadone myself. And I know tons of guys, who've had problems with this, who take medicine or are going to take medicine their whole life for it. And it's not so much like a personal moral failure. It's a systemic societal problem that involves pharmaceutical companies and the medical community and all kinds of shit. It's not because your friend or your cousin or whoever it is a bad person. It's because our society, it's an act of war by a foreign power that floods our country with dangerous drugs. And they're trying to kill and sideline as many people as they can. And it's an act of war and a paramilitary thing. It's not like your friend's fault he got hooked on drugs. Anyway, enough preaching. This is called methadone. Such a piece of shit. My clothes are all dirty. cigarette burns from nodding off. I finally saved up for a used car. The damn thing broke down in my driveway. I can't keep a woman for longer than a year. Before she figures out I'm a giant loser. I'm such a piece of shit. My clothes are all dirty. The cigarette burns from nodding off. I never meant to be a drain on society. But I can't catch a break long enough to get straight. I just damage any woman who loves me. All my friends stopped talking to me long ago. Such a piece of shit. My clothes are all dirty. The cigarette burns from nodding off. I'm such a piece of shit. My clothes are all dirty. Nodding off. I finally saved up for a used car. The damn thing broke down in my driveway. I can't keep a woman for longer than a year. Before she figures out I'm a giant loser. Such a piece of shit. My clothes are all dirty. The cigarette burns from nodding off. I've come to the conclusion that the news itself, anything coming on TV, is just going to be like psychological manipulation. They're just traumatizing people with lies and bullshit. And you shouldn't be watching the news at all. At this point, it's very obvious to me that it's just trying to scare and fucking sensationalize and freak people out. The best thing you can do is just use TV to watch movies and shows you like, and stop just doom scrolling, and stop just putting on the news and letting it scare you. It's traumatizing people, and that's how you brainwash people. That's literally the techniques behind brainwashing. Is what is coming out of your TV. I've got one more that I don't usually do. It's called Cinnamon Hearts. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna smoke one more first. I really enjoy my time getting to hang out with y'all. I really appreciate you like spending time to listen to me talk and rant and shit. You know, I do this from a place of love, and it helps me. It's like therapeutic for me, but I hope you get something out of it too. So like I don't have the brain power or bandwidth to keep up with bullshit and lies in my head. So I just say like what my honest opinion is and what I understand is the truth. And so I don't have to keep shit up in my head and juggle things. And that's kind of all it is. I just give people my honest opinion. And that's all it is. Now, like, I have like time because I'm on disability, and I'm also like self-employed and own my own business, Monarch Literary. That I get to like look into stuff and take my time and do research. And this is what I look into. And this is called Cinnamon Hearts. Late night, smoke drifting upward. Let's do that again. My cigarette fell off. Cinnamon Hearts, one more time. Late night, smoke drifting upward. I think of how far we've come. Those days you spoke of truth as something undefinable. The journey that led us. Cross-country road trips. Landmarks and stadiums, a pilgrimage, modern devotion. What was it? Esoteric and hidden, waiting for the worthy to uncover it. After all these years, chase you down back alleys and motels on the edge of reality. A vision quest undertaken with stoic patience, a firm resolve see it to the end. What was it? Esoteric and hidden. Waiting for the worthy to uncover it. We will win freedom for our people. The rest of our days in halcyon moments of peace and victory, telling our grandkids stories of our comrades that stay forever young in our collective memory. What was it? Esoteric and hidden, cover it. That's Cinnamon Hearts. And I have a radio station, an internet radio station at StephenLeake.com, STEVENLEAKE.com, and I have a new show that's an hour long, and it goes into depth and detail about a possible explanation for all these crazy weather events and all this like intense crap that's going on in politics and weather and geopolitics and everything, and it gives a possible explanation for it. Now it's just my best guess after doing research for decades. I do think it's what's happening, but like you've got to use your own judgment and come to your own conclusions using critical thinking, and look into it further yourself. Everything I do is meant to make you think and to point you into a direction to do further research. Don't take everything I say as gospel. Look into it, make up your own decision yourself. It's just meant to make you think, because I couldn't possibly know everything like that. It's just my best guess. I saved this song for last because it's the happiest, wholesome, and upbeat one I do. It's called Spring. And we always have to remember that as crazy as things can get, we also are having kids, and like we get to like watch our nieces and nephews and children and little cousins grow up, and it's up to us to secure a world for them that we want to see them grow up in. It falls on us to do that. You can't really complain that our culture is shitty and is like dangerous and all that kind of stuff if you do not actively support guys and artists and stuff with wholesome, positive messages. And you're just gonna get more kind of like commercial pop and shit that's like satanic and bad for you if you don't actively seek out authentic individual voices. Like the American people can do whatever they want. They have a say in how their future is. And all you have to do is like choose with your clicks, with your wallet. Support indie artists. Support authentic voices. Support voices of freedom. And the more share my stuff, share my links and posts, and people like me and people that you want to see. That's how you move the needle and change the culture. And it takes a while, but we can all do it. But I also do think that there's a concerted effort to flood our screens with like very overstimulating, traumatic shit that's bad for us. And it's obviously affecting these kids' developmental stages because they all have like neurological and psychiatric problems, behavioral issues. My mother was a teacher, a public school teacher for like 30 years, and she was telling me about like how kids today are just like out of control. Like the whole entire reason that my mother is not still teaching is because a kid threatened to kill her, and the administration did absolutely fuck all about it. And that's not you can't. That's her job. That's her work environment. If she's getting death threats at her work, and nobody's doing anything about it, you can't honestly expect teachers to stay there. Something is different about these kids, and the only explanation for it is these devices. It's the only thing that's changed is the technology, and we need to be kind of slowing things down and testing this technology on. We need to be just studying it before we just unleash it on ourselves and our kids, because these kids are obviously affecting these kids. They're not the same as when you and I were in school. Most people in the 90s would never think to threaten their teacher for fuck's sake. I would have never even thought of doing that. There's something in the media and the technology and these devices that is getting to these kids and is rewiring their brains and is causing them to be violent, to be uncontrollable. And I'm not the only person saying that. And you can ask any teacher who has taught more than 10 years, and they will tell you that these kids are changing very fast, and they're becoming out of control. They've got all these issues, and the only common denominator is these devices and this tech. Anyway, that's enough bad shit for right now. Even though we're dealing with it, it's an easy fix. You just need to not let them on screen so damn much. Don't use technology to raise your kids for you. If you're lucky enough to have kids, which I'm not, spend time with them and teach them, and don't just sit them in front of a TV for fuck's sake. Anyway, I'll stop preaching. This is called Spring. Spring is here. Dogs playing in the yard. Talking with my dad on the porch. There's some hummingbirds. Buzz the feeder. Spring is here. My mom calls from the kitchen. My sister is coming from Charleston with a new baby. Spring is here. Kids are playing baseball at dusk. You still have so much to look forward to. New beginnings, a new life. Thank God I'm alive to see it. Spring is here. My cousin is cutting grass. He exists to build another up. In endless cycles of growth. Spring is here. Dogs playing in the yard. Talking with my dad on the porch. There's the hummingbirds. Buzz the feeder. Spring is here. Mom calls from the kitchen. My sister is coming with a new baby on the road from Charleston. Spring is here. Kids are playing baseball at dusk. We still have so much to look forward to. New beginnings, a new life. Thank God I'm alive to see it. Spring is here. I do want to say one more thing. Life is probably not as bad as it seems. It's probably just the images we're seeing, the news we're getting. It's probably just an illusion. That's my best guess. Don't let that shit get in the way and social media and stuff. It's probably not as bad if you just unplug for a while, go out into the world, get into nature, breathe, relax, enjoy our families and the people around us. Spend some time with a real human being. Go have conversations with your friends. Go have as much sex, safe and consensual, obviously, as you could possibly have. And life will get better for you. Go eat real food. Go cook for yourself. Make real food. Enjoy human connections. Read books. Stuff like that. I promise your life will feel better. And get good sleep. Get off as many medications as you can that are necessary. And you'll be fine. Use common sense. You know, the only reason things seem so bad is because we're getting pumped full of terrible propaganda 24/7, and not many people have recognized it for what it is. But if we unplug from it and not let it dictate our lives, we'll be okay and we can be happy. I promise you, nothing in life is going to be so terrible that you can't endure it, and it won't last forever. Even the most brutal war does not last forever. And you know, it's at some point everybody goes home and restarts civilization or life or whatever it is. The human spirit is like one of the strongest, most magical things in the universe. It will take more than like one president or one person or even a bunch of presidents or whoever, politicians, to ruin the life. Okay? And if, you know, there are things we can do to treat ourselves from whatever illness we may get. There are always going to be things you can do. At the very least, you're not going to be alone. You know, if you actually unplug from your device and look around you, you will find that you're surrounded by people. And most of them are good people that would care about you if you had a conversation with them. The vast majority of human beings are good and just want to live their lives and get along. That's important. Anyway, I've said my piece for today. I wanted to just say something a little bit more optimistic, because anybody can point out the bad things that are happening. You know, anybody can say that these are historic times and blah 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 blah. But you know, we still get to live our lives and enjoy ourselves. And if you get overwhelmed by it, just cut that shit off. Put your device in a fucking drawer and go outside and get some sunshine. Talk to a friend, have a conversation, go seduce a woman. Enjoy life. There's so much you can do. Go play a guitar. Go create some art. And do shit like we've always done as human beings. We will be alright, I promise. I'm going to take us out with some Wish You Were Here. This is dedicated to Amanda Isabella, my girlfriend from Charleston. She was a warrior of the highest order and a true patriot. This is for Amanda. That's for Amanda. Thanks again for hanging out or checking out on me at Morning Jams on the Porch with Steven. It's been a really good episode for me. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you got something out of it. I'll see you next time. I put this show out maybe 3 times a week, more or less, sometimes less, sometimes more. But I always put at least 2 or 3 out a week. So check for me on YouTube and on my social media. I have podcast called Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man. It's available on Spotify and my website, StephenLeake.com. I have books, novels and poetry, other videos, other shows, a radio station, all kinds of shit. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You're going to win.